Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading for August 11th to the 17th. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in Cancer, I am starting with you this week. It has been a bonkers month. But luckily, we're past the two most challenging aspects that would have been Venus squaring Saturn and Neptune right at the beginning of August. And then remember, Mars is now in Libra. Mars opposite Saturn and Neptune. That happened over the past weekend. You may be feeling a little bit of that energy as well. So I want to just say that there's a lot happening for you, and I'm starting with you this week because look at what's happening here on Tuesday. Okay, that's happening in your sign. There's a lot here that your life is going to change. And so I also want to thank you for being patient with me. I know that a lot of y'all know that I've had some moments with, I'm calling it Uranus on my ascendant vortex. And just an FYI, I am filming while Mercury is retrograde. I'm still getting used to this setup. I think a lot of y'all know Mercury and Uranus, right? Uranus being the higher octave of Mercury, really came for me, okay? The past few weeks came from my mind, it came from my body. I'm still in physical therapy. All of this is in my live streams. Ruby still in physical therapy. And then, Uranus came from my computer and I had to buy a new computer. And while I wait for that, because that's been delayed, I have to do the setup through my laptop. We're going to get through this. Okay. So, let me just bring up some of my notes. And so again, thank you so much for all your patience and for all your kind comments as I adjust to this new reality that I'm going through. And those two aspects that I just told you about, remember Venus in your sign, right? When it was squaring Neptune and Saturn, all right? So you would definitely really feel that, okay? And so a lot of home energy, home, family, Mars and Libra in your fourth. So I did have guest astrologers, friends that are astrologers, just kind of go through that last week, okay? So I'll leave those videos in the description box because they're still part of this storyline that's playing out for you this month, okay? So just keep that in mind. And the other thing is that that last week was the first week in the 3 years that I've been doing this channel that I missed. I wasn't able to do your weekly forecast because of Uranus on my ascendant. So thank you again for being patient with me, and I'm glad to be back. Now, here's what's going on for you. I want to, remind you that we are still in Leo season, okay? So, you've got the stage. You're working on self-worth, self-value, things that bring you value. This is a good Mercury retrograde for you, especially because it's in your second house. So, what does this even mean? Look at what's going to happen. Mercury's finally going direct, no longer retrograde. I told you, when Mercury goes direct, like a bullet train, okay? So, wow, there's going to be some money stuff that happens. So, again, I think that if you were in a situation that had to do with finances, Mercury being retrograde, again, good for you. Don't get frustrated over anything. There was something that was sparking inside you in terms of, actually, you know what? I'm worth more than this. I should be getting paid more. And, I deserve this, Audi GQ or whatever it is. Anyway, so here's the thing. This is the luckiest week of the month with Venus conjuncting Jupiter, our annual gift from the universe in your sign. Okay? I told you this in your monthly forecast, and I want you to see this as this auspicious seeding point. And this week, you can also expect a lot of destined moments and events in relationships. It's such a big theme for you, and love and contracts and karma with Juno, Venus, the North Node all activated. It's bonkers. And yeah, we'll talk about those in the second spread, and I'll still mention some things here, but I want you to know a few things this week. Remember, over the weekend, and I dropped these forecasts a few days before the actual week begins, full moon in Aquarius. So some of y'all are still approaching that full moon in Aquarius. It's in your 8th house. So there's some deep changes y'all are going through. There's also some things that are coming to the surface for y'all. This is a full moon in Aquarius. It's radical change, okay? It's in your 8th house of death and rebirth. We're talking radical change for you, Cancer, okay? And not only was it a potent full moon, yeah, in your 8th house, that has to do with relationships and money. Again, huge theme for you right now, yeah? It's part of the Aquarius Leo storyline that you're experiencing. Remember, we have that rare mini trine that I've been talking about, the prism portal, on top of the rare air trine, yeah, with Mars in Libra, Uranus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius. There's this pull toward the collective that's happening right now for you. But again, a lot of emphasis on home, family, ancestry, your roots. There's something here in terms of, I would not be surprised if y'all are buying property or talking with realtors or your realtor, or there's property matters as well. But you got Venus in your side, so you're going to be renovating, you're going to be decorating, you're going to be seeing things differently in terms of home. But there's, again, so much family energy too. And remember, Libra, Mars in Libra, right? So Libra, that cardinal sign, just like you, really activated, bringing in that initiator, go-getter energy. But Libra being so karmic, right? There's a lot happening that's meant to happen for you. All right. So now the other thing is, remember, you had Mars trine Uranus, you had Mars sextile Uranus, Mars trine Saturn. I'm sorry, Mars trine Pluto over the weekend as well. All I'm saying is, like, there's a lot of stimulation. There's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of fire in your belly. Okay. All about your evolution. Now, Monday, this is it, all right? And you see I got different markers. I got a bigger whiteboard, too, just to make sure that you could see these. And it's just so funny with Uranus on my ascendant. I think I've told you what that means. And as soon as I started your reading, when it was all sunny and there was a great lighting, it decided to rain. But I see that as this wonderful cleansing, you being a water sign, all of that. Now, Monday, you have Saturn sextile Uranus, okay? Remember, Saturn's in Aries. You got Uranus in Gemini. There's something really big happening here with career as well. You got money, career, relationships, all activated. Now, this is fire and air, right? And this is at 1 degree. That degree of new beginnings. And so just right after the full moon endings, you got something major happening here, okay? Remember, sextiles are windows of opportunity to help you thrive and prosper, all right? And so this is rare AF. It hasn't perfected like this since the Olympics in Atlanta, 1996, all right? I told you about that in your monthly forecast. I was able to see some track and field, some race. I don't remember. I was there. I'm from Atlanta. But what's really interesting is Venus did square Saturn and Aries back then as well. There really honestly can be themes that come up for you. So from 1996, okay? That has to, do with career or fame or leadership or honors and achievements. Now, here's the thing. Saturn sextile Uranus, as you know, is part of the prism portal. Saturn conjuncting Neptune and Aries, which, by the way, is at 1 degree. It's strong, all right? And that's sextiling Uranus and Gemini, sextile Pluto and Aquarius, and Uranus is trining Pluto. There's a pyramid, right? My friend SJ called it a basket, right? But this, again, this is such a big deal for you. This is major. With this, that's just about to happen. And so I really, really, really want you to know Saturn sextile Uranus, again, very rare, hasn't happened since 96 in a perfection like this at 1 degree of new beginnings, okay? Uranus and Gemini in your 12th. Yeah. And then you do have Saturn in Aries in your 10th. So again, something here, you initiating something. There's 10th house is career, it's fame, it's public facing. If you're not here for a career, what do you want to be known for? It's honors, it's achievements, it's recognition. And these are outer planets. So this is going to be for a while. So it's a really big window of opportunity for you. But remember, August is when it's perfecting, like right now. So you're going to feel it strongly in August, and then it wanes for a bit. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. You just really want to take that inspired action now. All right. So the other thing is Uranus being in Gemini. Like we've talked about this. Just look at your monthly forecast. That's a lot of just everything that's happening right now is developing, your inner wisdom and you becoming this great authority as well. I mean, it's leadership, that 10th house. Yeah, you're a cardinal sign. Like you would get this. You're in the zone. So just with Saturn sextile Uranus, just know it is rare. That's why it's boxed up in the brown marker. I did get different colored markers, but this is all about your structured change and breakthrough. Your great awakening. It's Uranus, okay? And recognizing any limitations that you may be putting on yourself out the window. Remember, out with the old, in with the new, all right? There's a lot of changes happening inside you with Saturn being retrograde right now. And again, remember, this aspect all about new traditions. That's all it is, okay? You're going through some complete revolution, okay? And then remember, September, eclipse season. So you're going through a lot of change, Cancer. And Uranus is you breaking free. No? And a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of healing energy there in your 12th house. A lot of things happening behind the scenes for you. And you just becoming a lot more psychic. Yeah? And Saturn being mastery of self. So this is you being your authentic self, okay? And it can be new parts of you that are emerging. So do not resist any change. This aspect is saying you cannot hold on to the past anymore. It's all about letting go of old patterns, habits. This is a new world. This is a new era, a new earth, a new you that you are about to go through. Okay, we've talked about this. Now, Tuesday, August 12th. Oh my goodness, you got Venus conjunct Jupiter in your sign. 14 degrees. Once again, this is rare, and it's a once a year aspect. Our annual gift from the universe. I talked about this in your life in length in your monthly forecast. So I'm just going to mention two things that I didn't say there. One, last month we had no Jupiter aspects, right? Planetary wise. And then 12 years ago in 2013, when you were supposed to have Venus conjunct Jupiter in your sign, you did not get that. Because sometimes that happens, like for instance, last year, or actually this year. Yeah, this was supposed to be for Gemini. So Venus conjunct Jupiter, when you have the two benefics planting that new seed for you, it skipped Gemini and went straight to you. But what's also interesting, you get this again next year. How lucky are you, Cancer? How lucky. All right. So just remember, this is very auspicious and something really big is about to happen for you. Because what did I say? It's once a year. So think of it as just planting a seed that's going to grow. Very fertile soil, something major. And it's in your sign. It's anything that you're putting your energy into. It can be career. It can be love. It can be really whatever you want. Whatever you want. Okay? But here's the thing. This conjunction is actually a triple conjunction, okay? It's with Sirius, all right? Sirius, the brightest star in our night sky, the dog star, fixed star, the star of wealth and fame and success and, yes, even spiritual growth, but through this material plane, right? This material world at 14 degrees. Come on. You're going to see. You're going to see. And I'm very excited. And I want to see what's happening for Cancers. Just wait. Even like you have to consider it like this supercharged seeding point of abundance and love and good fortune and expansion and wisdom and blessings. I mean, triple amplified. And it's already a conjunction. It's already strong. And Jupiter is exalted in your sign where it does its best for you. So this is prosperity and wealth. I mean, it's with Venus, which is love and money, which are big themes for you anyway. With Jupiter, expansion and profit. And Sirius, again, being wealth. Like, this is heaven on earth. So please, Cancer, launch something. Do something new. If you're single, oh, please go out there and you'll see. All right, you got a big window here. But of course, the strongest energy will be this day. There's sensuality and luxury and pleasure and opulence around this. I mean, it's huge. All right, so Tuesday is very, very special. And just see what plays out for you. Remember, this is like a year-long story that's happening for you. All right, and again, with serious. I'm being serious here. Big. You're gonna get some big spiritual downloads. All right, a lot of energy in home and family. Just to let you know, a lot of energy, a lot of change. And remember, Uranus sextiling Saturn too, so a lot of just long-term stuff happening, especially with career. You can throw that in. This is a golden buzzer week for you, Cancer. Now, if you are a cross watcher, by the way, if you're a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon or for your best friend or your husband, whoever it is, who's going to benefit the most? Who's going to feel this the most? Well, it's going to be obviously you and the other cardinal signs, which is Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn, or Libra and Capricorn. And if you have any planets in any of those signs between 12 to 16 degrees in your natal chart, you're going to feel it the most. The most. And check your chart. If you have any planets there, wow. Just see what happens for you from this point forward. All right? It's really nice. Actually, the moon will be in Pisces this day too. Really, really, really sweet. We're going to talk about that later. But that same day, Mercury will go direct at 4 degrees. To be honest, this is kind of a big deal. And it really depends on where you live. Again, a lot of these aspects, remember, happen around like midnight, around that time. So can be the day before that you really feel it. But this is, remember, Mercury going direct. Really big deal. You probably connected with a lot of people from your past. You probably had a lot of moments with finances and money, material possessions. A lot of y'all are moving. So you were thinking about like furniture, things like that, or your car, or a lot happening for you. A lot happening for you. But now remember, Mercury's going direct. Mercury's going direct. And this is going to be major for you because Mercury will immediately sextile Mars. And by the way, Mercury is going direct at 4 degrees. And I'm just telling you this now because when you have Venus, basically 4 degrees is your degree, Cancer. And 4 is all about stability and your foundation. And even if when you think about like, Pythagoras, like let's go way back, right? 4 is the order of the universe. Maybe really pay attention to what I'm about to say with that Saturn going by. Remember, the moon rules you. Yeah, the moon is your ruler. And there's 4 phases of the moon. Y'all, that is true synchronicity. This is special. Mercury going direct at this degree on the day that Venus will be conjuncting Jupiter in your sign. And there's more to it, actually. But the fact that the North Node is activated, North Node conjuncting the moon in Pisces, there's just something very spiritual, things really aligning for you now. All right, now the other thing that's happening is that you're gonna have a lot of energy. Well, actually Tuesday and the Wednesday, like then the moon moves into Aries, and there you go, there's more fiery, optimistic with the sun trining the moon. That's big, okay? Really big for you. Again, that go-getter energy. There's going to be opportunities opening up for you Tuesday, Wednesday. Just keep that in mind. There's something here, especially career-wise. It's big. It's big. As well as there's just something here with career and money for you. And Tuesday, Wednesday with that Aries energy. And you could be creating opportunities for yourself. It's just very high frequency. And by the way, Juno, yes, in the mix, trining the North Node. We're going to talk about that in the second spread, but that's such a big deal. All right. Juno is Jupiter's wife, as you know. So, ooh, there's a lot happening this week. Thursday, August 14th, you got Mercury sextile Mars, 4 degrees. So you're building this strong new foundation for you. And remember, Mercury sextile Mars, again, very rare, especially this time around. Yeah. And again, I talked about it mostly in your monthly forecast, but just know that there is something really big here where you're going to be having conversations. I think that a lot of you are going to be signing contracts or signing leases or buying houses, things like that. It's your fourth and your second. Or even getting married or, buying something together with someone. There's really something big here. And remember, this is a rare aspect that usually it's a quick, very quick. These are fast moving planets, but like I said, Mercury's going to be like a bullet train, and it's really interesting how Mercury direct and Mars, it's almost like like Fast and Furious, like speed cars or whatever. They're trying to catch up with each other. So you're going to have Mercury sextile Mars. You're going to feel it for about like 10 days. Okay. This is kind of a big deal again. Really, really big. And you're going to feel a lot of energy just looking at what's going on for you. Mercury and Leo in your second. So this is when you're signing contracts. There's something here with money and finances that's really big. Mercury, remember, is Hermes. Things are going to be fast. This is your mind as well, being quick and clever. It's creativity, creative projects. It's still in Leo. This is you being your authentic self. There's so much confidence you're feeling right now because it's sextiling Mars. Really big go-getter energy. Negotiating, writing projects are big for you. Pitching things and even networking. But you're going to feel very persuasive. And there's this element of committing, all right? And being direct and honest with Mars and Libra. So again, so much home, family energy, but to be honest, real estate, but there's emotional foundations here. Family, even going really deep in your roots, okay? Just be very social. Please use these 10 days to be very social. You're going to be really funny, too. There may be some funny jokes here. It's, I think I mentioned this in Belleruth forecast. A lot of comedians have Mercury sextile Mars. It's fast. It's sharp. It's quick-witted. Yeah. Anyway, cross watchers, it's going to be the air signs and the fire signs that do feel this the most. But if you know your natal chart, if you have any planets 2 to 6 degrees in any of those signs, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, air and fire. You're going to feel this. Now, Friday, August 15th, that's when you have Venus in your sign, all week, by the way, trining the North Node in Pisces, but also sextiling the South Node at 18 degrees. Now, why is this kind of a big deal? I mean, it's also something that's squared. By the way, best aspects of the week, as you know, are the blue asterisks this entire week. Okay, Cancer? So, Venus in your sign trining the North Node in Pisces, that would be your ninth. Yeah, so this is huge. This is really big. There's something here about you seeing the big picture in terms of something truly destined for you for your future. And the reason I say this is because it's not just this nodal channel that we're having with Venus and the nodes. You are going to have the moon in Taurus this day, meaning Jupiter in your sign will actually sextile the moon, which is exalted in Taurus, and Venus is Taurus's ruler. So when I say there is something truly destined here this entire week, Cancer, that's why I'm excited to start with you. I'm so excited to start with you. And yeah, well, listen, every sign, by the way, this hits every modality. So pretty much like cardinal signs, fixed signs, mutable signs, yeah? All really going to feel this, everybody, all 12 signs. But if you have any planets 14 to 18 degrees in cardinal or mutable is really the strongest, you're really going to feel this. Okay? Let's get started. All right. This is a new whiteboard that I don't know how to. Okay, we'll do that because it doesn't have a handle like the last one. But Cancer, let's get started. Let's see what's going on with you. I got to check. There we go. Okay, so I got that up. I got this. You're up here. Okay. Welcome to, I love how you get a sneak peek into Mercury retrograde, Uranus on my ascendant. Let's get started for Cancer. You have a really big week, Cancer, and I'm very excited for you. Let's see what's going on for you for, oh my gosh, what just happened. We're gonna pull. Okay, for August 11th to the 17th. We're gonna look at those later. Cancer, I do a traditional cultic cross spread, offers the best overview. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, you know I love y'all. And yeah, you saw greatawakener.com. That's going to be launching right around the time, actually on August 12th, Venus conjuncting Jupiter in your sign. But I will do, I'm going to walk you through it. Okay, so it'll be over just in the live streams. Okay. I'll probably do it like on Sunday, the day of the full moon or the day after the full moon. Cancer, you saw the 2 cards that the universe wanted you to see. Do you see one of them flipped over? I'm going to show you the other one because we'll see. Let's see what's going on for you, Cancer. Wow. Okay. This is going to be... Okay, so let's put this over here. You see that, right? We're going to put it here for now. You are going through one of the biggest changes, clearly, but it feels very subtle. It feels very subtle. Remember, this is a seeding point, right? With Venus conjuncting Jupiter in your sign. But I'm going to show you something here. So you have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. Big. This is really nice. This is showing, you got these 2 10s here. This is showing, yeah, out with the old, in with the new. And there's something here with the 10 of Pentacles where it is all about home and family and your material world. That's what I just said for what's happening this week for you, okay? And so this could not be any more relevant. I said Mercury going direct in your 2nd house of finances and money. There's movement there now. And you see the Pentacles like falling from the heavens in the form of the tree of life. So... I honestly think that, well, I got to turn this off. I hope that you're not hearing that ding. There was a ding. Mercury retrograde. There's something here that feels very comfortable. And there's something here about your material world, your physical world. There's going to be a big emphasis here. And this is the 10 of Pentacles. It's the you made it card. It's a card of prosperity. You have Venus conjuncting Jupiter conjuncting the Sirius. A fixed star of wealth, all at 14 degrees. I mean, huge, huge. So you're moving into this new era. And there's something here that's saying, I'm done with the old me. And I have to stop thinking the way my old me was thinking. And I have to let bygones be bygones. And I have to think of anything hard that I went through. Blessed. Okay? Because all that did was made me stronger. It made me wiser. It's why we go through challenges. Okay? If none of us went through challenges, this world would be very different. You know that. And so again, that's where we become human. Yeah, that's where we develop empathy. That's where all that happens. But for you here, you see the sun is coming out in the horizon. This is a card of, it's the dark clouds are clearing. It's a card of new dawn, right? It's also a 10. So learning anything, okay? Just make sure you learn from anything that may have been hard. And a lot of y'all are going to appreciate how that made you now. And that's what karma is anyway, right? If you're not learning from anything that was hard or challenging or any mistakes you made or anything like that, you're stuck in that cycle. That's why we call them karmic cycles. So this is a huge opportunity for you to change, and you're going to feel this change. But it is the sword suit. It's up here. So there's a lot that needs to just... I'm recognizing this new world for me, this new era, this new life for me. And you will see it when Venus conjuncts Jupiter play out, okay? Remember, that strong energy you're going to feel for a long time. Actually, a really long time, because you also get it again next year. Big. Now, you either got that 5 of Pentacles here in your challenge area. Yeah. Who is it? Who is it, right? There's, it just feels like there's something or someone that's holding you back. that could have been part of this Ten of Swords energy. Maybe a sense of betrayal, maybe a sense of like someone's not keeping up with me, or maybe a sense of like I can't shake this person loose. And it maybe you got so much work stuff, by the way. So there could be something, again, you have a big theme on relationships. That can be love, it can be career, it can be your, best friend, it can be whoever. But the great thing is, it's like there's this moment of clarity. Once you have it, everything makes sense, and you come out of this energy of where it's feeling this heaviness and feeling alone, right? And there is this sense of like the death of loneliness here, because there's this new you that's forming, when this new world that you're creating, where it's these relationships that you have are more in line with how you feel and want to feel. Okay, it's a big week for you. You got the Eight of Pentacles as well in your crown. So yeah, you're ready to work for it, and you're going to work for it. And there's something here where it's like, I'm putting in the effort this week. I want to make it happen. Eight of Pentacles, this is working on your goals. And a lot of like patience here. Yeah, he's very patient. He's diligent. He's really into his trade. You can see that. But slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. And there's a part of you this week you're going to recognize whatever I'm working toward, it's not a quick, like, this is going to happen tomorrow. It's like, yeah, I'm going to make this perfect by taking my time on it, because that is showing how invested I am. And you do have, we talked about this we did it with the S.J. Anderson guest thing that I did, the live stream. It's your 8th house, full moon in Aquarius, your 8th house. Okay, so there is that sense of like investing into something for your future. 6 of Wands in the root of your spread. You want it. You've got Neptune, Saturn, also Chiron, by the way, all in your 10th house. You've got Eris there. You have Ceres there in your 10th house of fame. You have Saturn, sextile. You have so much happening there in your 10th house of career, fame, recognition, honors, achievements right here. And so remember, a lot of that undercurrents, that prism portal that you're going to feel carrying you for the next few years. And a lot of you are going to start feeling it this week. And a lot of y'all are going to be motivated to be in that position here. Okay. Now, Page of Swords in your future. There you go. There's that new way of thinking. It's literally after the Ten of Swords, the page that, brings in that fresh new energy, fresh new way of thinking. The Page of Swords, it's a messenger too. And so there's likely something that you may announce in this enthusiastic way. There's a message you may be receiving, but there is this enthusiasm once you let that go. All right. Really, really nice. And the Page of Swords really is like a sponge. So it does look like there's this new opportunity, or this new path, new journey, new job, new career, new relationship, wherever you want to put that energy. Venus, the triple conjunction, Venus, Jupiter, Sirius, and your sun, you're going to see things grow. Okay, so please use that energy. You're going to be good. Let's get to your stuff. Cancer, y'all are amazing. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what is going on. Cancer, I'm also going to tell you something. I'll tell you something later. There's something coming up from your past. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Oh, my. Yes. You almost got me. What can I do? I'm going to give you that. What the heck? And how? What? Look at that. Yeah, I'll read it for you both in reverse. And okay, so you got strength. Look at this. I'm gonna show you something here. Look at that. All the majors, and majors, like really major majors. Like what? Look at that. Your staff. Come on, you got strength. Yes, please. You've got it inside you. You're good. You're absolutely good. Strength is all about the heart. That's where you get your strength, your inner courage, all of that. So I want you to think about this week. Where is that source of strength for you? Is it God? Is it the universe? Is it your children? Is it Twizzlers? Wherever it is, it doesn't matter. As long as you tap into that energy, you're going to be good. You're going to be great. You're going to be fine. Okay? You see the infinity symbol over her head. You're going to see you do have infinite possibilities in front of you. Yeah? You make anything happen with the star in your external factors area. Now, I want you to just see this as when I say you have this amazing, rare, and to be honest, super rare for you. You didn't get it last time. The seeding point. And it's a 12-year. Maybe I'll talk about it later. But it's rare for you, really. Okay. I want you to see the star, right? And this is healing. It's wisdom. It's inner wisdom. It's knowledge. It's great knowledge. It's like, you know that everything's happening for you. And everything, even with Saturn, Neptune, and Aries in your 10th. Whoa. Look at the water bear. This card is attributed to Aquarius, by the way. And you got Pluto and Aquarius in your 8th, and you're changing. 8th is transformation. It's death and rebirth. As I told you, there's big change here. Yeah. Foot on the water, foot on the ground. Yeah. There's this merging of like what's possible, what's real, the collective, unconscious, a lot of things happening in your physical world, and all the stars aligning for you. And think of this as just kind of like fueling your week. Okay? You're good. You're absolutely good. And remember, seeding point, seeding point, seeding point. You can even see the water bear pouring water onto the land as well. You can see it's working. Everything's growing. I talked about that fertile soil. And then you got judgment. Interestingly, remember, it came up reverse, and I don't do reversals because every card has a light and a shadow side. We all know that. And I tell you the shadow side when it does come up. You got judgment in reverse. And so as a third card in your staff, you can see it two ways here, and it works both ways. Yeah, you want this. It's almost like you want this huge moment. Huge. Again, there's this big awakening that's happening for you, but it's it's almost like you're waiting for that big moment, that big call. Remember, it comes from within. So you need to have that moment within you. You need to hear the blowing of the trumpet. What's going to wake you up the way that Archangel Gabriel has done for the dead who are now awake. That's how powerful this card is. Now, in reverse, don't miss that call. Okay? Don't miss that call. And don't resist change is the biggest thing. There's going to be things. Here's the thing. You're vibrating at a high frequency. You get the little winks from the universe. You trust your intuition. Your intuition guides you. You make karmically sound decisions. You're invincible, okay? And so don't miss that call. You have Venus conjuncting Jupiter, conjuncting Sirius in your sign, okay? So just keep that in mind. And I don't even see it as, if there's anything here that may be a little like, okay, Cancer, we got to talk about this, is that. All right. And we're going to get to that in a second. You got the Wheel of Fortune and your final outcome. Like, your life is going to change. This card is attributed to Jupiter, right? So you're good. I told you, this is a week of fated events. This is a card where fated new paths open up for you. And you may not even know which direction you're going. But again, when you are tapped within, when you know. All right. And whatever path it leads you to, it's going to just continue leading you wherever you want to go. Okay? And you're willing to put in the work. All right? You just got to let your old you go, especially the way that you see things and think about things. And it seems like that's going to happen anyway. But the Wheel of Fortune and your final outcome with that star, that's absolutely amazing. So you're absolutely good. Also, another 10. Yeah? Psst. Your life is changing. All right? In a big way this week. You're good. Now, let's talk about this. You got the Four of Cups. The universe, it popped out. You saw that. A little jumper. It said, I want to be here for Cancer and let them know. Pay attention to this card, which is attributed to Moon and Cancer. It's your card. This is all it's saying is have that gratitude. This is a card of gratitude. You see his arms crossed. This card is associated with like boredom and apathy and just not being like, it's a little bit of discontent. And I'm not saying that's you. I'm saying this is what the card means. You see the Hand of Spirit offering him a fourth cup. He already has 3. And the Hand of Spirit only appears in the aces. Other than this card, that's how important and significant this card is. And so this is just saying everything that you want is going to come. You got to open up your heart, is what we talked about, right? And change the way that you're seeing something, okay? Because you got a lot of different things happening here, okay? Remember, these were all, other than this, you got these pips, we got these 2 tens, you got pretty much, you got the cups, the pentacles, swords, the wands. You got a lot of different things happening. But with that 4 of cups, what is it that's keeping you in a place where it's like, you know? It's like when people leave comments like, nothing's happening for me, nothing happens for me. That's you putting energy out there in a way where it's not true. You're just refusing to see all the things that are happening for you, however subtle they are. But that's the other thing. This, like I said, raising your frequency. This is saying, okay, what I want hasn't happened yet. I'm going to put in the work for that. I'm going to see things in a new way. All of this wonderful stuff waiting for me is going to happen, but I have to be on that same path and be on that same frequency. I have to raise my frequency, okay? Keep that in mind, yeah? And when I say that, it's just love, self-love. It's compassion. It's gratitude. And I did say, I think in your annual forecast, by the time we get to August, actually when we get to July, nobody will be able to say nothing is happening for me, because that's how bonkers July and August is. Everyone is going through change. How you go through that change is up to you. High Priestess. There you go. You're good. Very interesting with the 4 of Cups. Your card, you got the High Priestess associated with the moon. Yeah. And it's just so like, ooh, being in touch with your intuition. That's the main thing, okay? There's a difference between the physical mind and the higher mind. Yeah? Let's merge the two. But there's some things here. It's almost like, you know, when you're on a computer, you got to drag things to the trash. That's what this is. Like a lot of those things that just exist. Well, let's just not let that hold us back anymore, right? Let's just click that button while Mercury is retrograde. Maybe it'll like really delete it for a long time. Anyway, Cancer, love it. High Priestess, guardian of the subconscious. Perfect timing with Uranus and Gemini in your 12th house, which rules the subconscious. So don't be afraid to go deep and don't be afraid to unroot things. So Cancer, thanks so much. You're good. You're absolutely good. To be honest, you're really good. There's so much happening here with this storyline just across your cross. Yeah, let that sun come through. Just anything up here that needs to go, this is the week. But you are going to see all these amazing things happen with Venus conjuncting Jupiter. And like I said, it's a seeding point, and it's with Sirius, and you don't get this often. Yeah, that's how rare it is. And when I say seeding point, when you plant a seed, you can't expect a tree the next day, right? And I'm only saying that because the 4 of Cups did come up. So some of y'all, if you need to hear that message, there it is, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, you're good AF. All right, so next week, we have a lot of, by the way, next week, yeah, we have a lot of Chiron activity, okay? A lot of Chiron aspects. Get ready to heal. Get ready to rip off the Band-Aid too. Eris is still there on top of Chiron. Eris is Mars' sister. And again, if you're here for a career or fame or public recognition or just the way that you want to be recognized or even like self-worth, self-value, that's still involved here, okay? We move into Virgo season. That's going to activate your 3rd house. A lot of y'all are really signing contracts. Remember, we have that 0-degree new moon next week. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Second spread. We're going to talk about this Venus, Juno, North Node activation. They're basically activated all week. So that's relationships and love and money and contracts and your karma. And some other lunations that I'm going to point out. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone is welcome to join. Really good and legendary members. And I'm using a wonderful deck, the Tempest deck. Cancer, y'all are amazing. One of the best. I love this week for you. Luckiest week for you. All right. Thanks so much, Cancer. I will see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.